OK, the news for this week. And can we start, please, with a Top Gear apology? If you missed the programme last week because the BBC, in its wisdom, decided to move us from 8 o'clock to starting at 7 o'clock. If it's any consolation, we missed it as well.
He's not joking. Yeah. I got home, flicked on the television just in time to hear myself saying goodnight.
Yeah, it's a strange feeling.
We didn't know they were going to move us. And the problem is, the reason they're doing this, they hate us. The BBC hates this show.
They don't like us.
We're too carry.
Yeah,
too carry.
Yeah.
So I think we've got to shape up. I think we need to get ourselves back in the BBC's good books. I think we're going to rename this place the Nelson Mandela Studio.
Yeah, that's a good name.
And we're going to put some speed bumps on our track.
Bus lane would be nice. Let's get me clips
and a cycle lane, yeah. Because I was just saying to Darcus Howe the other day at the lesbian Whole Food Collective.
I know it well. Is that where they pipe the whale music?
That's the one. We were trying to raise money for Bosnian battered wives.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was saying we really are going to shape up. You know, I mean, look, he's got the slippers. Yeah, I mean, sandals. He's got the Guardian. We're in good shape, I think. Maybe we get our slot back now. Not much going on in the world of cars at the moment, because obviously we're heading toward Christmas, but there are one or two new ones we ought to bring you up to speed with. Peugeot have announced that they're going to do a new 407 to replace the 406. We've got a picture of it here.
It's a bit sort of isn't it?
It is very like that. However, I will just say it's got double wishbone suspension front and back like a Ferrari in a Formula 1 car, so it should be very nice to drive.
There's a new Volvo, the V50 Estate. It's a sort of smaller Volvo Estate. It's £17,000 to £25,000 out in March, cheaper than a 3 Series BMW Estate, and you can have four-wheel drive.
Good.
Tell you a car I'm looking forward to. We all know the Hyundai Coupe. It's a car we like a lot, about 14.5 grand, very stylish. They're going to be making this cabriolet version of it, which, if it's anything like as good as the Coupe, looking like that, superb. Only problem is, not going to be out till 2007. So, I know. Well,
how hard can it be to take a roof off? How can it take 4 years to saw a roof off?
You could take it off with an angle grinder, I'm sure, but there's a bit more to it than that.
BMW have been much faster than that, actually, because we haven't even got the new 6 Series Coupe. Already they've announced there's a convertible version of it. £55,000 it's going to cost. Looks very nice, apart from the back end, which is hideous. So, word of advice, if you take it to a friend's house, always reverse away, then they won't see the back.
Can I talk about some slightly more unusual cars now? We've been continuing our quest for unusual exhaust, and we've got one here, which I particularly like. Now, that's a Mustang, but he's fitted those off a truck, I would guess.
No, I think it could be a submarine in their periscopes.
Yeah, either way, it's unusual, but you can understand, you know, a Mustang, that's the kind of car you're going to customise. This next one is a bit more of a puzzler.
Now, you see, I think that's a jet engine.
Yeah.
And that kind of raises a couple of questions, doesn't it? Because if you get a jet engine, there's a lot of questions and forms you've got to fill in with the MOD. And then if you decide to put your jet on a car, you're going to choose something cool, aren't you, really? You're going to pick an... Who would have thought they'd put it in a Princess?
If it was me, I'd rather have just fitted a saddle and reins to the jet engine and fired that off down the road. It'd be better. That's rubbish.
It is rubbish.
Can I finally look at, before we move back to more sensible stuff, I'm not even going to try and explain this next car. Here it is. What? He's ironed his Volvo Estate, but I don't know why. Right, well, we love things like this, and we'd like you to send us more, and I have been asked to remind you about the website.
So, there we are, the website.
The website.
bbc.co.internet.
Website.
OK, Christmas. We've been getting one or two cards, actually, surprisingly. I just want to show you this one. Absolute peach.
Oh, that's
perfect
nice.
Card. OK, it's to Jeremy, Richard and James from Jack Griffiths.
That's lovely, that
OK, lovely, he's got the idea. Unfortunately, the car firms... no clue at all when it comes to Christmas cards. No clue at all. They've got it into their heads that God sent his only son, the baby Jesus, among us, and it was some kind of marketing opportunity. No, really, I'm not joking.
It's not good.
For example, Rudolph, the red-nosed courser.
It's not about that, is it?
I'll give you one, OK? There is no evidence at all in either testament that the 3 wise men arrived in Bethlehem in a Honda Civic. And they did not bring gifts of gold, frankincense and a Honda Fireblade either.
They've all been doing it. Here's another one. This is TVR. They just sent us a picture of their dashboard. Not only that, it's clearly gone wrong, typically. It says, Merry Christmas. It's probably supposed to say low oil pressure emergency. Stop. So, that's rubbish.
Peugeot, you remember the 307 Coupe Cabrio, the 307cc? They've now said this is the Peugeot 307 Christmas card.
Oh, very good.
Right?
Very droll.
And what they're actually trying to tell us here, very subtly, is that it takes all year to get the hood back.
It's a long job.
Not all car firms have got it wrong, though. We've had this card from Skoda. Now, they had all the opportunity in the world for have a superb Christmas and a fabulous New Year, but they've resisted it.
It says Skoda on there somewhere.
It doesn't. Honestly, I've had infrared, I've done that with it, I've done one of those, is it a 3D thing? There's nothing, it doesn't say Skoda. If you open it up, they've said Merry Christmas, none of that mincing PC rubbish about Winterval and season's greetings. Christmas, yeah? They've mentioned the C word, handwritten, and the money doesn't go to a printer in Slough. Goes to charity. So a round of applause for Skoda. Right, earlier on.